Good afternoon and welcome to leg number 21 in this Aruba Island walk series. I am Jairo.
I'm Marlene.
And together we are going to do this next leg of this island walk. And where we left off the last time with Dina was here at the Korps Mariniers, the entrance of the Savaneta Camp. That's the Dutch Marines. They have their camp here situated on the island, and I wanted to touch briefly on that in the previous episode, but totally forgot about it. This camp and the Dutch Marines are stationed here a little bit after the Second World War II, and it was the French actually that came first to the island when the war kind of broke out, with around 180 men, and defended the island briefly, or at least gave support. And as we walk along this street, we thank you for your patience with the traffic noise. We are very, very close to the cars, maybe a meter or two. And we hope to cover quite a bit today, but it will be a straight road to the end. Not a lot of turns, not any turns actually. And getting back to the Marines part, so afterwards there were, I do believe, British and Scottish forces. Later on came the Dutch and also the Americans, and all of that to actually try to defend and support the two oil refineries back then, the Lago oil refinery and also the Shell had a refinery where nowadays more or less is the DV Links, and where you go look on Google, etc., you'll see some of the pictures with some really large piers, etc., in that area. And it's crazy to believe, to think of it now, considering how the area has developed. But and the refineries were attacked, or at least tried to be, and some ships were also sunk by German submarines. And it's quite a story actually. When you go back and read it, I'll try to, if I can remember that part, try to leave some of it in the description of this video maybe, so for those who want to go back and read about it afterwards. So we are doing this walk on a morning. We started at 10:30, and the last I checked, the temperature was around 31 degrees again, Celsius that is. Nice little old house. As we walk, we slowly leave the district of Savaneta behind, and we walk more and more towards the Cura Cabai. Oh, that's water. splashing water was someone washing their car. I thought I didn't see any rain. Why did I feel some droplets of water? It was helped though with the heat, although it's very windy, so that helps too. One of the benefits of here on the island, even though it's always warm, but the tropical island breeze certainly helps keep us fresh. If you have been following the Aruba Island Walk series, I thank you so very much. We do plan that after this one, hopefully, if everything goes to plan, we will have another 6 walks before finishing and completing the whole island, the whole country. And that's a crazy feat. We're not there yet, but we do plan to have a little, maybe a surprise, maybe a challenge at the end, if you have been watching. And maybe we'll think about a prize or something, so be planning of that. And each leg I will be perhaps announcing a little bit more about it as we approach the finish line. Smelling pretty good, and I think it's a barbecue up ahead. I'm gonna try to skip for the music briefly. We'll be right back. Yes, we are back, and loud music is a thing on Aruba everywhere, so we thank you for your patience briefly. Nice tree coming up. Look at the nest here. Bird's nest. Again, we are walking along the road from Oranza to San Nicolas. In the next 2 legs, we will be visiting San Nicolas. I'll show you that beautiful city. I do like to call it city. Some might call it a town, but certainly very beautiful, and a lot of renovations and upgrades to it the last couple of years, with maybe the pandemic slowing it down just a little bit, but still looking better and better every day. And of course, San Nicolas used to be like a booming town, basically, booming city with lots of shops, etc. And when the oil refinery shut down, so it was difficult to keep it up, because a lot of folks left. Many of them that were living in the colony, for example, did their shopping there in San Nicolas, and yeah, much less folks buying, etc. But it has slowly been coming back, and it's got certainly its charm. People there are certainly very nice, in my honest opinion, and can't wait to show you guys parts of it. We have also set more and more of the dates for the walk, so depending of the community post with the link, but in general we do have basically all of the upcoming walks in planning. Sometimes things do change, and sometimes we do need to cancel almost last minute, so always before heading out and trying to join us, check the community post if there are any changes, up to even an hour before or 2 hours before. Something sometimes comes up and we are not able to make it, but yeah, we decided to put the rest of the walks, so perhaps you can plan and you can know. So if any one of those cancels, we try to move it to the next walk and such. We also want to thank everyone that has already joined us. We understand that this is much further for you, especially if you're staying at the north area. It's a much further drive, and we appreciate each and every one that has joined. It's been a lot of fun to meet you all, put the faces to the screen names, and hopefully we'll still be joined by a few before this walk's end. Nice little wall, typical Aruban wall here along the road. Spot an old Aruban house back there. Not sure I've ever noticed it just from driving by, and certainly abandoned for a long time, but looks very interesting also for a fixer-upper. Quite windy today, as it has been over the last maybe a couple of weeks already. It is said, and this is one of them, typical Aruban houses, that they were often back then built according to the wind direction. So the house can be, better, have a better circulation, and for it to not be as hot. That was something that was always a consideration before they start to build, and that's why they often look a little bit different than the houses nowadays that are more straight on their property, built straight on their property. So that's one of those maybe things that you might put attention to the next time you're here. Take a little bit on the parking lot side, just to be a little bit safer, I guess. Nice house. If you do see a lot of Aruban flags everywhere and blue colors, it's because it's that month where we are celebrating our national holiday, so the 18th of March. That's a big reason why it is the way it is. This is one of those service stations. There are let's see, there are 3 more or less in this area. So there's one near the water tower or police station further in San Nicolas, and also the Lago Heights. Basically that will be your last gas station just in case. And Wendy's, of course, yes, open until 1 a.m. I'm not sure about that, but it is an option, I guess. Now we want to start thanking you for joining us during this walk. We will be more or less stopping in at this parking lot just before the subway and Motor World, and this is where we will be starting our next walk. Thanks for watching, everyone. See you in the next one. Bye bye.
Bye bye.